Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another video. This is another paid request. This time from Walker. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And Walker wanted me to react to another Cody Leach video, 31 on 31, this time on Elm Street films, Halloween, Friday the 13th films. So pretty much he's taking all three of these franchises and ranking them from worst to best. Now, first off, thank you once again, Walker. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And before I start, this is going to be this guy's personal opinion. In all fairness, I mean, if I made a list, there'd be stuff you would disagree with on me, so there's going to be stuff I disagree with on him. So any ribbing is all meant in fun. You know, I'm like, oh, it's Danny McBride. I mean that as a compliment, because I like Danny McBride. I may not always agree with Cody Leach on stuff, but, you know, you guys don't always agree with me on stuff, and lo and behold, we don't agree on everything. The world is still turning. Whoop-de-fucking-do. So, let's get right into it. Again, 31 on 31, all Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and Friday the 13th films ranked. This is 38 minutes and 21 seconds long. Cody Leach video if you want to find his video and follow along. I'm not going to show the video because I don't want to be stealing the stuff. So feel free to check out his video and follow along with me. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. So obviously this was done around Halloween season. Nice Nightmare on Elm Street music. Oh, that's a bit from Freddy vs. Jason, whereas Elm Street and Jason put together. Cool posters. I mean, it's a green screen, but Wednesday with Paul Walker's good one. Planes, Trains, Automobiles is great. The Lost Boys, Jaws, Rocky, Die Hard, of course. So number 31. I'll be fine with Halloween 2018 being on there. That's fine with me. This might be Nah, Freddy's Dead Found Nightmare's not that bad. Not that bad. Sorry, I'll take Freddy's Dead over Jason Takes Manhattan. Nightmare on Elm Street remake, I think, is way worse than Freddy's Dead. I think Jason Takes Manhattan is worse. I think Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5 is worse than Freddy's Dead. And he didn't give reasons other than kiss my ass. Freddy's Dead is fun, it's creative. It's silly, it's goofy, I understand that. I don't care for the fucking Wicked Witch sequence. But, yeah, for Kodos, nice to see him in there. I like the Goo Goo Dolls song. I'm Awake Now. I think it's one of the best songs in the Elm Street filmography. Not the best, but one of the best. I think Robert Englund's definitely an energetic performance compared to Elm Street 5, where it's a tired, bored performance. I think Freddy's Dead is much better than Halloween 5. Halloween 5 would be at the bottom of the list. Well, probably like Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. I agree, it depends on Halloween 5, I agree. I agree with his opinion on Halloween 5. I don't care for Tina as a character as well. I do find it one of the worst. Easily the worst of the first 7 or 8 movies. Halloween Resurrection, I think if you took the first 10 minutes out, it's a better movie. It should have just been a standalone, have no connection to Halloween H2O, have no Jamie Lee Curtis. Actually, I like Buster Rhymes. I love Trick or Treat Motherfucker. I think that's a fun, meme-worthy event and entertaining. I like the idea of all the cameras around. They give a different aesthetic. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely one of the weaker movies in the franchise, Part 5. I agree. Interesting concept, poor execution because they rushed it out because it only came out a year after Elm Street 4 to capitalize on it. Lisa Wilcox is given not much to do as Alice, especially by the end. She's a Dream Master, and now she's been kind of rendered useless by the end. And Robert Englund seemed tired and seemed old and seemed he wasn't in his 100%. And that's the thing, is that he had the Freddy's Nightmare TV show around that time. You had Family Opera, 89 movie. You had 976 Evil he's directing. I think he was pulled in so many different directions he couldn't concentrate on it. Elm Street remake is better than people give it credit for, but it's not good. No, there is no credit to give on it. Jackie Earle Haley is abysmal. The CGI is goofball. The way he looks is goofball. The lead is one of the worst leads in any of these movies you could think of. She's boring. You fall asleep watching her. I mean, if a person sleepwalks and acts, that's the performance. Elm Street remake is easily the worst Elm Street film. Freddy's Dead is 10 times better. Freddy's Dead actually has creativity, actually has creative juices flowing. And yeah, Robert Englund is goofy, but he still gives a avalanche of charisma compared to Jack Haley's Sling Blade. We ran for I haven't cut you yet. I'm intimidating, waiting for them taters with my finger knives. I don't think Part 7 of the New Blood's that bad. It's actually my second favorite. And I have the uncut version. And it's edited like a VHS tape, and I'm fine with that because these films are not fucking Blade Runner. I don't need to see them in HD. So I have an uncut version of Part 7, and I can watch that, and you guys can find that and watch that as well. But it's that HD quality. It's fucking Friday the 13th. You can find an uncut version online. So it looks like a VHS tape. That's how you would have seen it back in the fucking day on VHS tape anyway. I like Laura Parn Lincoln. I like Terry Kaiser. I like the action pieces. The Stonework by Kane Hodder. It's a fun battle between Tina and Jason. I love Jason's look. It's the best look of it all. Part 5. So he says part 5 is the same as the first 4 movies, but not as well directed. So they do give you breadcrumbs. It's easily obvious who the killer is. They fucking have a neon sign where he looks at the dead body and Roy Larry goes, that clearly showcases he's the killer. So what do you mean he gives no breadcrumbs? I agree the first film doesn't, but this clearly does. He literally says, his face goes, of the killer. Jason X, I like. I think it's fun. It's dumb, but it's fun. Fair portrayal by Kane Hodder's Jason? I disagree. I would say Part 7 The New Blood easily for Kane Hodder's portrayal of Jason. Jason X has cheap special effects because they didn't have the budget. They tried to be too ambitious for their own good, but at the same time, I appreciate that ambition compared to some of these other movies that walk a very boring milquetoast line. To the point I enjoy the film. It's not called a Friday the 13th movie. It's called Jason Goes to Hell the Final Friday. Where does it say Friday the 13th, dude? Where does it say Friday the 13th? But he says he enjoyed the movie quite a bit. I agree. I enjoy the film as well, so we are in agreement on that. And you say, I mean, it doesn't say Friday the 13th, so look as his own interesting, quirky take on it, and I love it for it. So, Rob Zombie's Halloween above Part 7 The New Blood and Elm Street and Jason Goes. Rob Zombie's Halloween just abysmal to me. Abysmal to me. I don't agree with the last third. To me, it's just as terrible because it's just a beat for beat shitty version of a better movie where Michael Myers, depending which cut you see, Michael Myers is supposed to be more real, but he gets shot and he still gets back up. And there are times it's like, where's Michael Myers? Where are they? It's like they go through walls, and then they're in a fucking pool that hasn't been water hasn't been put in yet, and unlikable characters. So number 20, Friday 30 Part 3. Wow, it's pretty low on the list. Well, dude, that's most of the Friday 13th films where Jason's in there and sprinkles till the third act. That's the same way in the second film. That's the same. I guess in the fourth film they get him, and then he kills someone. But a lot of Friday 13 films are like that. So number 19 is Elm Street 2. I like Elm Street 2. I always have. I think it has a great score. It's my favorite score in the Elm Street franchise. It's refreshing to have a male lead. Just makes it feel a bit different. I like the character of Jesse. How does Halloween the Curse of Michael Myers have one of the best Michael Myers? How? How does it have one of the best Michael Myers? Tito, I don't know how it has one of the best Michael Myers. It's the same as you know others. There's nothing really that special about it, but okay. I'm sorry, I would not put it above Elm Street 2. I would not put it above Jason Goes to Hell. I would not put it above Freddy's Dead or Part 7 The New Blood. I disagree wholeheartedly. I think the garbage story, the I mean, wouldn't it be for the same reasons as Halloween Resurrection? For what it did to the previous entries, like 4 and, well, I mean, 5 sucked, but to that character? Halloween 2018, number 17. I'm surprised it wasn't higher. I'm sorry, I don't think Halloween 2018 is a good movie. I don't. It's Halloween's greatest hits. It's let's take Halloween H2O and let's take this and this movie, let's put them together. And now Jamie Lee Curtis is batshit insane, like the crazy cat lady from The Simpsons, because two people died long ago, and she's so upset and paranoid that she has had like 85 guns, which do absolutely nothing, and she doesn't know how to fucking use them apparently. It makes his trap for Michael Myers, it doesn't matter, because he just escapes as easy as pie, piece of cake. So all that plan was for nothing. And all that drama with her and her daughter and granddaughter really led to nowhere. It really didn't lead to anywhere. And you have these annoying podcasters, and it's symbolism because they're standing on chess pieces because they're just pawns. They're just Michael Myers pawns for evil. And, ooh, he killed a kid. Whoop de fucking do. I don't care. Fuck that movie. Well, this is the one I disagree with the most. Elm Street 4 being all the way down to number 16. Disagree. My favorite Elm Street film. It's actually be the top of the list. It'd be my number one. For its energy, for Lisa Wilcox's performance as Alice, to its bona fide creative set pieces. This isn't the start, though. Elm Street 3 Dream Wars is the start. is the start. Elm Street 3 Dream Wars is the start. Elm Street 3 Dream Wars is the start. Elm Street 3 Dream Wars is the start. This isn't the start, though. Elm Street 3 Dream Wars is the start. This isn't the start, though. Elm Street 3 Dream Wars is the start. But it didn't start it. Elm Street 3 did. I mean, yeah, you say there's a little bit of Dr. Freddy, but it's still much more comedic. You bid break on TV. Welcome to primetime, bitch. That's what started it. If that by that logic, that means Elm Street 3 better be low on the list, because that started. If that's your problem with it. Because, I mean, yes, Elm Street has a little bit of Dr. Freddy, but it's much more comedic compared with the first two. I'm actually surprised Friday the 13th, the first one, is so low. I'm surprised. It would be low on my list as well. I don't mind the film. I like the film, but it's just a typical slasher upheld by good Tom Savini gore. It's a murder mystery that there is no mystery because you have no chance to solve the mystery because they don't give you any clues. They give you clues in part 5. They give you a lot of red herrings in part 5. So I don't agree with him on that. Part 1, they don't. And so here's this brand new character that pops in the last 10 minutes of the movie. You know, who's this person? I've never seen them one scene, 1 second before. And then I agree with that assessment. Goes against the formula who done it. I agree with that. I agree. Friday the Part 2, I do think is better than the first. And then the first. I agree with that. Halloween 2 is number 13, the original. I agree with that. I would put it higher, though. Yes, I know. Why does the hospital. Why is it that damn empty? I know. But I think it has that atmosphere. I think it follows the. What made the first film work, but ups a bit of the body count and the kills. Donald Pleasance felt like he had more to do. I think mainly it's because of the third act. It's not my favorite score of all the Halloween films. Love the way they tune up the Halloween theme. I like the finality of the ending instead of just to be continued. Yeah, I like Halloween 4. I enjoy the character Jamie, Daniel Harris. I like Ellie Cornell, Donald Pleasance. Sorry, I'm listening. I enjoy Wes Craven's New Nightmare quite a bit. I thought it was so refreshing. Breath of fresh air. The only issues I have is some of the wonky effects in the third act. Just did not hold up that well. Number 10, he put Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Really? Unfounded? Unfounded. Okay, pause. 24 minutes, 30 seconds, I'm paused. Unfounded? Listen, you can like the film all you want to, but you want to sit there and say, I think the hate for this film is unfounded, and that, what was the other thing he said? Because I want to get this clear. Let's take a look at this again. I never understood the hate for it. A lot of the hate is completely unfounded. A lot of people can't really back it up, besides from very superficial criticisms towards it. But if you don't like it, fair enough. Bold directions. One of the best portrayals of Myers. Unique portrayals. Guy walking the wheel. It's brutal, dude. You do get nearly as much as the first one. What are you talking about? The Rob Zombie doll, you don't get nearly as much as the first film. What are you talking about? Yes, you do! So I'm paused at 25 minutes 32 seconds to get this full thing. Okay, first off, number one, by that logic, Jason Goes to Hell the Final Friday should be a lot higher. If you want to talk about it was being different and being ballsy and doing its own thing, then Jason Goes to Hell should be in the top 10 as well. By that logic. I know you said you enjoyed it, but it has no place in Friday the 13th. By that logic, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 has no place in Halloween. Then by your logic, unfounded, people don't back it up. You want to know why Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 sucks, in my opinion? Number one, Michael Myers looks ridiculous and silly and is one of the worst portrayals. He looks like a fucking hobo. If Rob Zombie was a fucking hobo fumbling around with a thumb up his ass, having dreams of his mommy and white horses, which is ridiculous, stupid bullshit. How you don't find Michael Myers talking to a goddamn mama with a fucking white horse being triggered from fucking Roy Rogers, I don't know how that's unfounded. Number two, the characters are unlikable. Laurie Strode is still an unlikable lady, poorly acted by fucking Scout Taylor straight out of Compton. Poorly acted, she's not a good actress. I agree with you, Loomis is terrible in it. The fucking first, chunk of the movie is just one big dream scene. There's a big section of the movie. not bit, but there's a section of the movie that's just one overdrawn dream sequence. The, hey, Michael Myers at the hospital, let's get that out of the way, for this big dream sequence. And you act as if there's never been a movie where Laurie Strode has dealt with trauma. Yeah, which you haven't shown yet, so it must be in the top 10 list. I'll give credit to that. Halloween H2O already did that. So you act as if that was never been done. But she comes off as unlikable, and she comes off as just, I get where she's going through, but she's just come off as whiny. She just comes off as unappealing. Like, she has Brad Dourif and people helping, and she's like, so she go to a therapist, so Rob Zombie did his 85 cameos in it, including Margot Kidder. The Michael Myers mask looks like someone wiped their ass with it. Most of the kills are like this, so you can't tell what the fuck's going on. Most of the kills are done with camera work in this fashion. Michael Myers is like, yeah, yeah. Every fucking kill scene is like, boom, 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 boom. And the dialogue, one of the first goddamn scenes of the movie is the ambulance, where the two guys are taught about corpse fucking. And when the ambulance flips over, and when Richard Brake's like, fuck, 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 fuck. Until finally Michael Myers comes in to saw his fucking head off for like 2 minutes to finally shut him up. What supporting characters are worth his shit in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2? Michael Myers, for some reason, seen white horses that he didn't see in the first fucking movie, in the previous movie. Why was he saying this in the previous movie? Why isn't he feeling this in the previous movie? Why was he not delving into any of this in the previous movie? Just pops out of nowhere. Just because. And I'm sorry, gore doesn't mean shit to me. Gore doesn't mean shit. It's cool to have, to be fair. So I guess it means a little iota of shit, to be fair. A little bit. But if it doesn't, I don't, I wish I had more, but I can still enjoy a film even without gore. April Fool's Day, Friday the 13th, the New Blood, the theatrical cut. I even liked that before I saw the uncut version, which I have. So, if you wonder why I'm not getting more details, is I haven't seen the fucking film in a long time. Piss poor music. A lot of shaky cam. Dog shit characters. No one likable about it. Within that movie. That movie fucking sucks. Anyway. That's just my opinion. You have your opinion, that's my opinion. But 3, 2, 1 on 25 minutes, 32 seconds, 3, 2, 1 pressing play. I do like Jason Lives. I agree. I think Jason Lives is a fun movie. I agree with that. I like Halloween H2O as well. Or H20. I think Jamie Lee Curtis does one of her best performances. I would say she does her best performance as Laurie Strode in that movie. I don't mind Josh Hartnett. I think he has a very fun finale. Just disregard, the sequel, or at least the first 10 minutes of that sequel. I would say the discrepancies with the masks, because they had so many different masks, that is an issue and a problem. I agree with that. Among other, there are nitpicks I have with the film. It's not a perfect movie by far, but I think there's a lot more good to it than bad. I still like Halloween H20 quite a bit. It's definitely in my top 3 favorite Halloween films. Halloween 2 is my favorite. H20 is up there. Favorite Jason, nah. There's not a lot of great fight scenes. That's one of the problems, dude. Freddy vs. Jason does not hold up, and I would put that much, much lower on the list. The fight scene is fun to see, and Robert Englund is entertaining. But you said like there's multiple fight scenes. No, there's really like one fight scene. That's at the end. Well, two in the dream scene where Freddy just makes him into a fucking pinball. And well, 10 hours died. Who cares? I care, and other people care because this guy's a shitty Jason. Now, granted, he was told what to do by Ronnie Yu, because Ronnie Yu didn't know what the fuck he was doing and thought Jason Voorhees was a goddamn Frankenstein monster lumbering around. It's the worst Jason of all the films. The worst portrayal of Jason. That's why people mention Kane Hodder, Mr. Cody Leach. Because Ken Turner was told by Ronnie Yu, and Kane Hodder would be like, no, that's not how Jason would be. And that's why Kane Hodder's performances are a lot better, and Turner was a lot worse. The mask looked like shit. Everything being black on the back looked like shit. The mask didn't look like it fucking fit him. That looked like shit. The lazy eye looked like he was sleepwalking stoned Jason. He had shitty clothes. And it's a fun enough Elm Street film, but it's a fairly shitty Friday the 13th film. Other than the bed death scene and a bit of the cornfield bit. But I can watch Freddy vs. Jason for some fun stuff in it. It's not the worst movie by far. It's just, I think it's lost a lot of its luster. I agree with his assessment on Friday the 13th, 2009 film. I agree with Friday the 13th, the 2009 film. I do quite enjoy that movie. And I saw it in the theater, and I agree with him on that one. I don't understand the hate for it. I don't understand the knocks it gets. I don't understand the criticism. That I can understand. That I can understand his line of thinking. Again, it's all meant for fun and disagreements. Halloween 3 is number 4. Cool. Always enjoyed the movie, always liked it, never hated it. Has a good atmosphere and score. Tom Atkins. Dan O'Hurley is the villain to play a trick on the children. Always liked it. So I'm guessing number 2 is Halloween and number 1 is Elm Street 3. Because Walter has had me react to enough of these videos, I know that this guy is a very hardcore Elm Street fan and that he likes Halloween but not as much as other people do, but he likes the film. So I'm guessing Halloween will be number 2 and Elm Street 3 Dream Wars will be number 1 because Freddy is his guy. Which I don't understand because if I had to think about it, Elm Street's my favorite franchise as well. But yeah, the original Nightmare on Elm Street's classic, what more can be said? The ending is hampered by what looks like the Barbie doll going through the fucking, which was Bob Shaye's fucking deal. Well, Bob Shaye wanted Freddy to drive, and Wes Craven just wanted to end it. I think Wes Craven had the best ending. Wes Craven had the best ending. The kids drive away, you pan to the kids doing jump rope, and you're thinking, is this a dream? Was the whole movie a dream? Is she safe? Is she not safe? It gives you food for thought. Bob Shaye, get Freddy to drive. That was a stupid fucking ending. And then the compromise is fucking Barbie doll going pulled into the fucking house, which was stupid. I know Wes Craven didn't want that. Rest in peace, Wes. I like John Carpenter's Halloween. It would not be in my top 5. And I like the film. Like, Elm Street 4 would be above it. Elm Street 3 would be above it. Jason Goes to Hell would be above it. Halloween 2 would be above it. Let's see what else would be above it. Friday the 13th, The New Blood. Does have the uncut version. Does I like Halloween? But, you know, Halloween is Halloween, and it feels like you've seen it. If you've seen it 3 times, but it feels like you've seen it 30 times, so it just loses a bit of that meat to the matter. I don't know how else to put it. But it's still a good movie. Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. Oh wow, he's got the film that started Freddy's saying more one-liners and being more funny. Hopefully that doesn't affect anything. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. I do think it's a fun film. I do think it's a fun movie. It just bothers me a bit with how they used Nancy in the original, how she's used in this. It's kind of like she's in there, but in a weird way. It's like she has stuff to do, but she really doesn't have anything to do in the weird way, and then she dies at the end. What about Elm Street 4? Well, I mean, I like those characters, but I didn't like them as much as Nancy, I guess. I do like the characters in Dream Warriors. I love Kincaid. I would say I like Nancy in the first one, and Lisa Walcott in the fourth film more. So yeah, there's stuff I agree with him on. There's stuff I disagree with him on. And water's wet, and the weather's still hot. So, go well. I agree with him the most on Elm Street 3 and Friday the 13th 2009 film, Halloween H2O. Disagree with him on Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's film, and Elm Street 4. And I think Jason Goes to Hell should be higher. I think Friday the 13th The New Blood should be higher. I think Freddy's Dead is a lot more fun. Imagine if I said that, sorry, Cody Leach, you just don't understand Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. I think it's unjustified and no one's ever given their... Anyway, it is what it is. And we all have our different opinions. And the world keeps on turning. So thanks once again, Walter. Take care, folks, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.